All right, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. I know that we left off yesterday, looking to play another game, but I just didn't work out. I got busy. But unfortunately, here we are, new day, another flat night, unfortunately. And we're just going to have to try and tank this because, like I said, I have no teams really set up to defend or attack against off-season Flat Knight. He is just that strong. I don't have anyone, like I've been going through my barracks and I don't have anyone that realist 1v1 just flat out defeats him aside from Camilla, but that's also like inconsistent. I guess you can make it more consistent with support, but I don't think there's a unit in the game aside from Camilla that just beats him still, unless there's Black Knight support, which really is the reflective damage, but I don't think that's like a fair combination. You shouldn't have to use BK to beat BK. We need another unit to do it. So I'm hoping that we'll get something on CYL at the very least. I can't imagine Black Knight still being a menace by the time CYL comes around. But yeah, the plan here, we're just going to try to tank it. Hopefully Marth can survive the hits. Yes, it's Vantage, and with Vantage it means that the reflective damage is just going to smack me in the face. So I don't know. I'm just going to try to make it work. If he survives, then we can live to fight another turn. But yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens. I don't have high hopes for this one, unfortunately. I could have baited on the other side, but I feel like this. I wanted to avoid Ather, her null miracle, so that I could have the potential to maybe heal a little bit, see where that can get me. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. This is also a pretty well thought out defense. Off-season BK, and the good addition actually to this defense is female Fallen Alir, actually. With the Brave plus the damage reflection, makes her really difficult to beat as a far save. Do we win this? Doesn't look like it, actually. Okay, yeah, we're dead here, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Alright, well, we tried. I had no other teams that could have potentially done anything here. And yeah, we just lose to Medius, which is not the canon ending. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. This was a tough match. GG's, man, you won. Could not have won this one. Alright, here we go. Second attempt. Let's load this one up. It's actually a bit simpler than the one that we just ran into because there's no Black Knight, of course. That's actually pretty rare that we run into a tough opponent so early on in the season. Yeah, there have been a few matches that we've played so far, but still pretty rare that we run into a tough opponent so early on. Actually, it's really just because I've been playing my matches later. I'm surprised that we actually got someone challenging because of how late I've been playing my matches. Not on purpose, but I've just been the 2 o'clock when at reset. I find that I've been asleep a lot lately, which usually isn't the case. I'm usually awake at reset, but yeah, it's just not working out that I'm awake around reset lately. This one should be pretty straightforward. We have a couple of options here. I'm just gonna go with the Marth of it all. Let Marth do the Marth thing, and then yeah, that should be good enough. Setith support plus Marth plus Vantage should be enough to take care of this one. Just gotta block the spaces so that Felix doesn't do the Felix thing, and I think I'd like to get a little bit closer so that we can take out Lucina as well. So I think I'm gonna get the dance in there, and then just position so yeah, it's 3 units within 3 spaces. I think we meet the condition, no? Yeah, and this should be good enough. I think he'll be able to do it. Yeah. Ninja Lucina on defense just isn't the play since she doesn't get the effects without swapping, or the majority of her effects without swapping, and it's really it's not as consistent as Baby Robin was. Baby Dual Robin was very consistent, or you could make them very consistent with the swap effect, but Lucina she's, because of the cav range, she's really easy to bait out, so that's a negative to her being like super useful on defense at the very least. And then from here we should be good to go. I'm just going to get the pots and then take out the remaining units one by one. Pretty straightforward match here. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Still no counter to Black Knight. Just letting it run. I haven't played. Man, I gotta play. I'm late. I'm leaving my arena run actually very late this week. I typically would have done it already, but I've just been otherwise occupied, or I'm putting it off for reasons that I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm putting it off still. I'm still playing a ton of Top Heroes actually. Season 1 is still really fun. Definitely a way bigger whale game. Like, you gotta whale, or you don't have to whale, but there's a lot of incentive to whale, a lot more incentive to whale in Top Heroes than there is in Fae. And you definitely see the benefits of it, you know, whether you whale or if you come against the whale, you definitely see the benefits of it. So yeah, no spending in Fae at all. I've just been saved. I'm surprised at how many orbs I've been able to save. Just by putting off summoning on banners like right away. It's allowed me to manage how many orbs, my orb spending in the game. I'm usually like really low on orbs, but then I didn't even realize how long these banners run for, man. Like, the runtime on some of these banners is ridiculous. I'm able to actually skip them, and then like 15 days later I have orbs available to then go back in and summon, which is kind of the plan for what's that banner? The end of month, the Micaiah banner. I'm planning to go summon on that banner, you know, after I get enough orbs. I've already pulled on the Summer 2 banner because Ather, of course, you know, we've already talked about that art, you know. Wow. You know, but yeah, I'm already up to like 60 orbs already, so, you know, a couple more and then I should be able to pull on the emblem banner for emblem Micaiah. Not for like power reasons, but really just for her ring effect. I think skipping the emblem ring effect isn't like the greatest thing, although the shear is really bad. Like, I don't want any of the units on that banner aside from Micaiah, so I'm hoping to get lucky. And then also, I'm kind of in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe I should just wait until she comes back on the better shear, which should be in August, especially since I'm not playing a ton of summoner duels. Like I said, I kind of just surrendered the last SDR because it's just Black Knight, man. I don't want to deal with it until they put out a counter. And not even him, but Camilla. Alright, here we go, another match. We're going to run this one. You see Lynn, you know what it is. It's just going to be Lynn sniping stuff. It should be pretty easy, this one. They have Ather, but no real... They're not going to get very far, essentially, is what I'm trying to say here. And the main threat is Erica, Emblem Erica. And once we take her out, we should be able to manage the remainder of the team. Nana is locked in the corner. And the main unit that can move, I think, is going to be Sakura, and then Pathfinder there, gotta watch out for that. Gravity is a pain, and man, I think Nana has potential based off, you know, whatever comes out after. Specials and stuff, like how do you build around that, stuff like that, but I still think they needed to give her more true damage, so that she could at least take out BK. If she could have taken out BK, go to Refine and Remix, but it's not there yet. So we're going to take Erica and then back up just a bit, so that with the Pathfinder potential shenanigans, they don't snipe one of my units. Because there's no fire save or anything on this team, so we're just going to back up a little bit to give ourselves some extra protection. Yeah, aside from that, we should be good to go. What was I saying?
If Lady Embla were here.
Before I ended the last one. Oh, right, I was saying that the biggest problem currently, like for SD as a mode, I feel, is the threat range is just the unhindered movement. Everyone can go everywhere all the time. Well, not everyone, but the main meta units are just... It's too much mobility. I hate it. I don't know how they're going to counter it because they've already introduced pass as a skill in weapons and stuff. So how do you combat pass? Like, it's gonna definitely be some bullshit that they're gonna introduce to stop units like Camilla from just walking all over you. Either that or her damage output is going to completely fall off a cliff, but I can't see that happening anytime soon, and there's always going to be someone that you can pick off. So yeah, the mobility is the biggest pain currently with game modes like SD. Gotta look out for Sakura here. I'm not quite sure where she's gonna go with the ice lock. I could see that happening, and the Lin ring.
Let us bless them.
I think this should be safe enough, maybe? Yeah. Well, not the ice lock, but just her... Yeah, I saw that happening. No way, man. No way. No way. She's gonna twirl on me, isn't she? Oh my god. She literally came all the way over there just to hit that twirl, man. That's disgusting. Look at the movement on that, man. That's so gross. Man. GG's, man. You got me. Ugh. Alright, let's forget about that. Let's pretend that that match didn't happen. Man, she warped all the way across the map just to hit me with that twirl, and I've been dealing with that all week in Arena. For at least just a couple of the matches that I played. I didn't, like, complete my run, but yeah, she's been a pain to play against because of that. But yeah, hit with the twirl, man. Oh my god. But yeah, here we go. This one should also be a little bit challenging, but we have the power of Vantage again on our side. Vantage is very strong in the current meta, but then also kind of countered by reflective damage. So that's really interesting in terms of how that those two things interact with each other, because typically the only way to combat Vantage is with Hardy Bearing, but there's only one Hardy Bearing seal, and they haven't really released a ton of units with Hardy Bearing built in. Particularly, there aren't that many range units with Hardy Bearing built in, and even so, the ones that are in the game just aren't that powerful. So, the reflective damage being a pseudo counter to Vantage strategies is very interesting, because the prerequisite to get the reflective damage to work, you have to first be able to survive the Vantage. And once you can do that, then you typically hit back the Vantage unit for a ton of damage, because usually the Vantage units in the game aren't the bulkiest aside from Marth or dual Marth. I can't really think of anyone that you could potentially build that would have the firepower and then also bulk at the same time to do Omni-Tank Vantage the way that Dual Marth is able to do it. But yeah, we're kind of in a pickle right now. We need to get rid of Sigurd. Unfortunately, Sigurd is covered by both saves, so I don't have an in, unfortunately. This is not a good spot to be in.
Speak.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you could potentially lose the match just off of positioning. I think maybe if I send Dual Marth up 1 so that Sigurd doesn't get his +1 move, but then he could also just go around the sides. Yeah, this is one of those make or break moments. We're gonna have to gamble on something or commit to a plan and hope it works out. Because Sigurd just has enough range to potentially threaten all of my back line, and I can't move. I can't really warp all the way into the corner like I have in mind because Ather has the warp denial, which is hindering my movement. So yeah, not a great position to be in. I think doing this is probably the best option, because what it will do is it's going to force Sigurd to attack Brave Marth. Brave Marth, I think, will have a better chance at taking out this Sigurd here, and I think I should also... I think I'm going to also take out Ather as well to remove the Divine Nectar, and then also a lot of the bulk that comes with that. I should also give someone Hexblade. The brave hits there from the far save, taking out Celica. But she's still doing a ton of damage. Failing to take out Rhea is insane.
I believe.
Yeah, this is a bit tricky. I'm getting killed on the reflective. He really needs a B skill that gives him flat BR, but there just aren't that many good. But he also needs the true damage, so that's why I run Speed Taker on him. It's a compromise. Typically, he's able to survive just because of his high HP pool, the amount of health that he has with the mythic supports. But really, he has no damage reduction. All of his damage reduction is pierceable, unless you want to give him like godlike reflexes or something instead. But that doesn't really work very well with the Vantage playstyle. You want him to hit hard and hit multiple times so that he ensures that it's definitive that he's going to get the KO. Partnering this Brave Marth with Winter or Brave Bernadetta is actually a really good play, because he's gonna quad if you give him the Erica ring. He's gonna replicate what Bernadetta does, but as melee. But then I guess you could say the same thing. You could probably say, well, no, he's really the only one that, well, Paranoia allows you to Vantage. Okay, never mind. You can set it up with anyone. Never mind. But yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take out Ather, like I said, because it reduces the bulk of the team and it removes the action economy, and it kind of forces them to play into my Omni tanks and not do anything shifty. And it also allows me to heal. It removes the null miracle, so it's only Sigurd that's going to hit with the AoE. The AoE is going to hit everyone, unfortunately, but after that we should be able to heal back up to full with the healing tower, and then potentially take out the remainder of the threats. So yeah, this is going to be the play. Hexblade to force Sigurd to attack Brave Marth, because if he attacks into Winter Marth, Dual Marth, what you know, the one I'm talking about, the flying one, we'll be able to target his res, and his res is lower than his defense, so he'll die regardless of how hard he will hit after the AoE. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's what I expected, definitely. And even with the AoE damage, we didn't. We have a big enough HP pool, and we get the one shot. There we go. Man, I really love Brave Marth, man. I wish they had given him a better refine, and they need to remix these Brave units. I keep saying it, man. There's so much potential there. Like, people would spend on that. On it, 100% people would spend on that. I didn't expect Rhea to come down. Is she going to be bulky enough to survive?
We will not lose.
One shot. Okay. Sedith. Thanks for the help, Sedith. Wow. I actually thought Fallen Ather, because she has the Hardy Bearing, would have ended up in the position to get danced by Mirabilis and then threatened Marth, but that went a lot better than I anticipated.
I believe
we take those. I did plan for some of it, but yeah, we take those. That's way better than anything I could have cooked up in my head. RNG, definitely in my favor there. So all we need to do now is get the pots and then get out of here. Another match on the books, and we're slowly and steadily climbing the ranks to a successful season. Back in the vault. Yeah. I think I need to like come up with a team to deal with BK. He is being a pain. Off-season Black Knight. I think I need to construct something specifically for that. Don't know what it's going to entail, but I think something is needed. Alright, well, this one's pretty much wrapped up. We've got the pots, and all we need to do now is take out the Leer, and I'm pretty sure Marth can do it. Brave Marth, because, yeah, dragon effectiveness. Yeah. Let's get this and get out of here. GG's. Let's play one last one to wrap up the day. Okay, we got another match here. Yeah, this one should be pretty straightforward as well. Still climbing the ranks, and man, I haven't seen this defense archetype in forever. Basically, it's chip damage, sweep effects, and it's basically meant to just whittle you down to nothing with consecutive hits with chip damage from Leon, Assassin Strike, or Cultist Strike rather, fire damage. It's basically meant to just break you down that way, but with the amount of healing that is currently in the game, it's just not the most effective strategy anymore. Breath of Life, Black Knight's status effect,
Get us there.
the thing that Haith, oh jeez, I'm forgetting. She's right there. Red unit, red armored. Neathhogger. Neathhogger? Who's Neathhogger?
Oh, let's.
Who is Neathhogger? Oh my god. The thing that the snakes do. I forgot what it's called. Dosage. Also gives out healing. So yeah, it's just not the greatest strategy anymore. But I'm surprised that these defenses still exist at this stage in the game. I heard Oblivion talking a lot about there being a higher tier of Ether raids being introduced for the players that are looking to be a bit more competitive. But then I think the downside to that is that I don't see how you would stay at the top. It would basically be a whale mode, and then everyone would basically just defeat each other. I don't think it would be enough casuals in that type of top 1,000, I guess you could call it. I don't even think I could make it to that. I really hit that. I don't have the merges, which I think would be a requirement to hit that type of threshold. And then yeah, it would just be whales fighting each other, and then the whaliest whale wins, or the smartest whale wins, depending on how you look at it. But then also there are resource constraints, of course, but I don't see that being a way to fix the current state of Ether raids. I think I do think there needs to be some type of separation, but I don't know if well, that's the only way that you could probably do it, I guess. Higher tiers, introducing higher tiers, so that we don't run into things like this. But then also, it's really good to sometimes have an easy week in the vault. But then I guess the argument is that you could just go up and down if you so desire. But then if you want to maintain a certain level, you actually have to put out the extra effort. I don't know. I kind of like the idea, but I also like it not being a stress-filled game mode, kind of like what Summoner Duels is currently. It could go both ways, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, we're going to keep going here to just wrap this one up. Just a few more things to collect. The pots, of course. Flash incoming with Mirabilis, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I think we should have one match remaining after this one. And yeah, we're just gonna rock out. Just gonna rock out in that last match, see what we come up against, and then take it from there.
I'll pay them a visit.
I know, it's been a pretty chill week. I like that. I I deserve it at the very least. Not taking things too seriously.
Why
Aside
wait?
from the Black Knight problem,
Well?
I don't know how to solve. Yeah, really don't know how to solve that problem. But yeah, aside from that, it's been a pretty chill week. Yeah, let's back up
I'll
here.
get us there.
Understood.
Chaos Season is up next. I don't have a plan for that because it's Chaos Season. Anything goes, and really nothing you can do about it.
If Lady Ember
But
were
hopefully
here,
it goes
why
well.
wait?
It's really down to who matches into you. I feel like Chaos Season is kind of exactly the game mode that introducing a extra tier to Ether raids would be, where everyone can beat anyone. It just depends on who you match into. And I don't know if I'm really ready for that. I'm not the biggest fan of Chaos Season. Aside from being able to use whatever I want, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But yeah, let's get that last bot and get out of here.
Sprouting. Understood.
Not too much left to say. I think I've covered all the topics that I wanted to cover at the very least, or everything that's come to mind. Sometimes I have things that I want to talk about, and then I end up not talking about them because, yeah, you start rambling or I start rambling, and then whatever just comes up. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes when you're making commentary on videos like this. But yeah, Elm takes us out. I was really surprised that Elm died to Sakura, but yeah, that's whatever happened there. GG's.